But Rivers State doesn't seem to be calming down on this crisis. Now, Wike made a very clear statement, I'm sure you watched the video, as to Fubara being disloyal. And Wike said a lot of things. Why fight or why destroy the structure that brought you as governor? Of course, a lot of people know what that means. I want you to speak to this whole scenario.
Well, it's an interesting development in Rivers. I had actually expected that, not just in Rivers, in some other states. There are very few states in the country where a godfather remained very comfortable with his godson, because the godfatherism in Nigerian politics has come to stay, but that has to be done away. That is going to be an initiative that we almost champion. So I expected that. Anybody that believes he's a godfather, he will go to sleep because he has his stooge, he has his slave, has not followed the history of this country. Not even His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is the most innovative, the most enigmatic politician in Nigeria, had a smooth relationship with his successors. Right from even the first one, Fashola, people will not know, thought it was smooth sailing. It wasn't. It wasn't. We are not going to the details. But Ambode's case tells us that it's not in terms of performance that you may have to gain the confidence of your godfather, because Ambode performed, but it had to be sent packing, despite President Buhari intervening. Now to Rivers State. Fubara, I had never known him until he was brought out by Wike. He had issues that had to do with EFCC, but he was protected till the last minute. And then, interestingly, he is the governor now. But one thing must be clear, because there's no time to go into too much details. One thing must be clear. If you are a godfather and you believe that because you brought somebody to power, that person will stay loyal to you the rest of his life. The loyalty in this sense is that whatsoever you want, he must do. That by itself is a treasonable offense. Why? Loyalty and patriotism should be to the country, to the people, and to the Constitution. So if an individual believes that he is now the people, he is now a country, he is now the Constitution, anybody, any godson that rises against such mentality is worthy of national honor. Because in the first place, if somebody says, no matter what my master will do, I will never quarrel with him, that person is subhuman. That person is a time bomb. He will destroy the people he is supposed to lead just to satisfy one person. You may not even know his state of mind.
But a lot of
reality.
As we wrap up, citizen, a lot of politicians stand a lot, not all. They stand by Wike saying, okay, why would Fubara want to destroy a structure that made him governor? But some other politicians are arguing that the political structure that made him governor was also threatening and has the capacity to remove him as governor. So why would he not, alter such a structure? And remember the series. They say what goes around comes around. Start from Peter Odili, down to Amechi. You remember Amechi, what's the name of the other, his cousin that went to court. Then after Amechi, then Wike also was seen to have, Omeha, yeah. Wike also was seen to have done the same to Amechi, and now Fubara and Wike. I want you to quickly speak to all this. We have barely 2 minutes to finish our discussion session.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I must say that Fubara, his image does not give him out as somebody that is so forceful. And I want to commend Wike for bringing somebody like that. If Wike had brought a timid fellow, any other person could have attempted what Wike is trying to do and get away with it. So you must breed after your kind. Wike is a lion. I commend Wike for what he did to be able to send signal to some persons that you cannot take a whole section of the country for a ride. But that also has its own limitations when you are coming back home to do some things. Yes, you brought him, but his loyalty is not to you. The loyalty is to the state and the country. You are just to be there to have that respect. Wike was chief of staff to Amechi, but what's relationship like? You cannot breed after you are kind and turn around to complain. And above all, I want to say this. I appreciate Wike for who he is. He's not a pretender. We have some pretenders. Even during the tenure of Wike, some other states, we had some pretenders, very terrible pretenders, who cannot even answer questions in public other than to say you're insulting, when actually the person is one insulting his people that he's leading. So if Wike has a young man who, without the public knowing that there was going to be an impeachment, but he went and literally faced bullets, faced tear gas to resist what would have made him look like a chicken, Fubara should be commended. And that makes us to know that River State is now a place of interest, because the intervention of Mr. President, by my understanding, knowing who Wike is and knowing the kind of politics going on there, may never be a master stroke, because Wike is now what we used to be PDAPC, which was like a mantra, a slogan, a comedy, right, because of the slip of tongue by Mr. President.
I get your point.
Wike is both APC and PDP, and you cannot allow a sitting governor you've not carried along to be thrown away.
I get your point.
Like a piece of trash.
I get your point clearly.